You, of course, know my first guest from such films as Independence Day, While You Were Sleeping, and Spaceballs. His latest project is The Virginian, which premieres Sunday on TNT. Please welcome Bill Pullman. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
I mentioned, of course, Independence Day, which is one of the biggest hits of all time. It made $1 billion, I understand.
Yeah, a gigabillion.
A gigabillion.
Giga.
And I was just curious. I've heard rumors that they're thinking of a sequel.
Yeah. There's actually some talk. They finally got the negotiation done, I guess. You know,
right.
Another giga million.
Right. I gotta think that you're never gonna get offered a better role than that one. I mean, what was your reaction when they called up and said, here's the character. You're the President of the United States, you're a good family man, you're a kick-ass fighter pilot, and you defeat the alien single-handedly. That doesn't get better than that.
They actually wanted me for Goldblum's part, the Jewish guy.
Yeah.
They were ready to... Actually,
Bill Pullman as the Jewish guy.
It didn't seem to make good sense. It was my father-in-law said, but what about the president?
Right.
That's a good part.
Right. Yeah, I just think that would be a great president for someone to have to debate. You know, like, I'm for the flat tax. What are you going to do about that? I saved Earth, beat the aliens in a fighter jet. Oh. Well, we'll look forward to that, of course. We were talking about New York City, well, New York, the Clintons, of course, moving here. Yeah. You lived in the city for a while, didn't you?
Yeah, at lower rent than what they're going to have to pay, but I was in the East Village.
East Village?
East Village, yeah.
Kind of a dodgy apartment? What are we talking about?
Well, now it's very different, you know. This was in the 80s, and this was, you know, it was riddled with drugs, and I had a drug dealer that was a super at the end of the hall.
Wait a minute, your super was also a drug dealer?
Yeah.
How do we know what they want on his beeper? That would be the confusing thing. No. Beep, 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 beep. It's either I have to get someone crack or fix their toilet. Confusing.
He would always show up with different arms in a sling. He was thrown from the window 3 times. And
so you'd just be in your apartment eating soup and you'd see... What the hell was that?
Yeah, he was the wild one, and then across the hall was Ronnie, and that was his year to become Rosalind. He was undergoing a sex change.
He was
in a very adventurous New York City.
In the process of a sex change.
He was in the process, yeah. And
what's it like when you're halfway? I mean, when did you decide, like, okay, now I'm...
See, I didn't go far at finding out. I'm not like you, I guess.
I'd have asked a lot of questions.
How far are you, Ronnie? But he was, you know, and sometimes he would be Ronnie, and sometimes he'd be Rosalind. So, you know, I would always... I had 3 locks on the door. I had, you know, one at the door, one in the middle, you know, at the bar, and then down below. And every time I was down below was when the door would open and be, "Hi, Bill," and it'd be Rosalind
or Ronnie.
Or Ronnie, yeah.
You just could never be sure. That's the fun of New York City.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand. That's the thrill of this town. Those kinds of choices. What's going to happen?
They're changing all the time.
I found out something about you today that I didn't realize, and you don't hear about this often. This is true. You lost your sense of smell a couple of years ago. Is that right?
That's actually true. Yes. Yeah. I had had a brain injury.
Right.
It's apparent, but to many people. But
people assume I'm the one with the brain injury. Yeah. But so what happened?
I think it happens a lot with the concussion thing. I was in a coma for 2.5 days, and then I came out, and the only thing that was gone was my sense of smell.
Right.
Which actually has its advantages now that I'm a parent.
Really?
I think I've got, you know, clean. I always get the task of the cats, the kids. I'm there and can.
But you're
do the
fine
job.
in every other regard. It's just
every other regard.
Does it affect? Does it affect? Because I know smell affects taste. Does it affect how things taste or what they taste like?
Yeah. It has been a good reason to give up cooking. Because you know, you can really make some bad mistakes. Things can go very wrong, and people. I had a soup once that I was cooking that I thought I was going to be sensational, and the guy came over. This was when I was in acting in doing regional theater, thinking, "Oh, come on, let's all live together and share food." And he came over and opened it up the pot and gagged. from the soup. So.
Well, because it had gone bad and you didn't know.
It had gone bad. It had gone foul. I can't smell. So
you could eat a shoe and not know it, essentially. It'd be like, great, huh? Oh, it's a shoe. You don't. That's got to be very strange.
Yeah. But every other part of me is good.
Okay. I'm sure it is. Yeah. This new project, The Virginian.
Yeah.
This is a little unusual because you're starring in it. You also directed.
That's right. Yeah.
I think that would be very confusing. I mean, is that complicated? Is that difficult?
Well, you've been on the set I've been around movies a lot, and there's a lot that you get to learn. But the hardest part is when you're horizontal. You're doing scenes where you're on the ground, and people are looking around. They can't see the director, and tends to. We had a scene where.
Are you napping a lot in this film? I mean, what?
Well, I'm shot. I get shot.
You get shot.
Yeah.
Which then leads to a horizontal position.
That brings you down.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it's probably like doing your show on the ground. I don't think it would work good. But Andy would get a lot to do.
Well, I don't know.
So we actually tried it. It was a sweep stunt. Didn't work.
Yeah. Check out Conan. He lies down.
He's sweeping the floor for sweeps week.
Just didn't work for us. So it's hard to get authority. Like if you're shot and you're lying on the ground. Hard to then act at the commanding.
No one knew when to call cut.
Right.
And I was dying, so I didn't know when to die. I thought, because I didn't know if they'd gotten the shot yet, so I'd crawl along and then realize nobody's calling cut, and then lift up again and die, and then crawl a little longer, and then down. And
that cannot be good for a dramatic death scene. If the guy falls down, he's like, oh, It's just not. I'm going to look for that.
Exactly the way I look.
Look for that when you see The Virginian, which is this Sunday night at 8 o'clock on TNT. And Bill, thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. Bill Pullman, everybody. We'll take a break. Catherine Keener coming up in just a bit. We'll take a break. We'll see you in a second.
Presenting the new Italian Originals Pizza Trio from Domino's. Tender prosciutto, Italian sausage, tender prosciutto, spicy pepperoni. New Pizza Trio, $10.99, $10.99, $10.99.
New Domino's Italian Originals Pizza Trio. Prosciutto ham, Italian sausage, and spicy pepperoni. So much amore delivered hot for only $10.99.
Can any of you ladies help me? My zipper's stuck. Hello? Hello?
Irritated throat? Try Luden's Herbal, now in echinacea.
The Zero Pressure Michelin. So revolutionary it won't go flat, even with a puncture the size of a golf ball, letting you drive up to 50 miles at 55 miles per hour. Just what you'd expect from Michelin.
Every week, movie patrons eat millions of pounds of snacks, and nobody brings a toothbrush. Chew on this. Chewing Trident after snacks can help prevent cavities from forming.
Where's mine?
So when you can't brush, chew on this. Trident.
Flat TV from Philips. A new way to look at television.
Hundreds of new Chevys.
Power savings on every vehicle. New 2000 Chevy Cavaliers.
Design and try. No down payment. No security deposit. Just $169 a month.
New 2000 Chevy S10.
Just sign and try. No down payment. No security deposit. Just $149 a month.
Even new 2000 Impalas with V6 automatic air stereo and more. $17,995. Today through Saturday only at Century 3 Chevrolet.
Century 3